Hello, hello, hello. Hey, everybody. Carla Silver and Don Silver here for your weekly Project Lifestyle Marketing training. Hope everybody had a great week. Don and I had a blast in Big Bear. Don is now an official moose, whatever it happens when you become a moose. But there's that's hilarious.
I have the antlers going. It's the moose head. My Bullwinkle.
There is a moose lodge. Stop. There's a moose lodge near the cabin that we rented, and the owner of the cabin said go and check it out, and so we did, and everybody was friendly. We did our sign up. They were very, very good recruiters, which was an interesting experience, being recruiters ourselves, and we just had a blast. We went four-wheeling. We went on this really cool trail. We did a lot of relaxing. We took our business with us. That's one of the killer things that we have available here. We could just take off and go wherever we want to. Speaking of taking off and going wherever we want to, I will say this now, and I will also say it at the end. Guys, don't miss tonight's Empower Hour. Brian and Rhonda Swan, we've known them for 10 years now at this point, maybe 9 years at this point. Both Brian and Rhonda and Don and I, same time, about almost exactly the same time in 2008, put all of our stuff in storage, got rid of everything, ditched our houses or all of our bills, all that stuff, and started traveling the world. They went over typically to Southeast Asia, South America, when Don and I went mostly to different countries in Europe. Obviously, we've stayed put for the past 3 years. We kind of got to Palm Springs over a holiday weekend one weekend and said, hey, we kind of like it here. We haven't been anywhere since, but we've lived in Italy, Spain, Portugal, Hawaii a couple times, Acapulco, Mexico, all over the world, and we stopped. Brian and Rhonda haven't. They've lived in Thailand and Bali and Mexico and various places in South America, and they're currently residing in Panama. But the reason why I am encouraging you to listen to the Empower Hour tonight is that Brian and Rhonda just went over $100,000 in 28 days here. And they didn't just get started 28 days ago, but they did over $100,000 in 28 days in their business. And they're going to go through, along with their advisor, Justin Varengia, on exactly how they did that. So I don't know about you, but when people that are enjoying and experiencing any kind of success have opened their mouths at all, I am sitting there listening, rapt, and I know Don is too. So both of us are going to be on that call, and big congratulations to our buddies Rhonda and Brian. So today we're going to talk about a subject that actually, why I had, for those of you that are Masters affiliates, I had the pleasure to train on this with you guys that have been around for a while, about 5 months ago, and that's how to build your credibility online. And it isn't really difficult, but one of the things that you must realize, and get this, guys, you must realize that when people go through the Empower Network sales funnel, or if you, like us, are build your own, they're going to want to know who you are. Right? They're going to Google you. They're going to find you on Facebook. They're going to follow you. We have people that have gotten started with us. Many of you have heard the story, months and months and months and years after they've originally found us online. And so, like we trained on over the last couple of weeks, video is extraordinarily powerful, but also how you look online is incredibly important, actually, to anybody. I don't care if you're a guest on this line and you might be looking for a job, or maybe you're want to get a promotion, or maybe you're in a multi-level marketing company and you're just peeking in to see what Empower is doing. It really doesn't matter what you do. This is the age of information. This is the age of the internet, and you better look good, right? And so I'm going to talk about building that credibility online, what to do, and this is even more important, to completely dominate your name. So if someone Googles your name, you don't want them to find some other guy who might have been, I don't know, a mass murderer, right? You don't want to find the person that is a deadbeat dad. You don't want to find the person that puts up, I don't know, slasher things on Facebook, right? You want to find them to find you, and they want to you want to find your blog, and you want them to find your social media, etc. But before I get started, I just want to say this. It doesn't matter where you are in your business. You can build incredible credibility online 3 ways. And Elena trained on this last Wednesday when we were gone. Luckily, Don and I listened into the wake-up calls while we were in Big Bear. And there's 3 big ways to do it. Number 1 is by association. So many of you know that when Don and I got started here, we were broke. I mean, broke, bad, like scary. We didn't know if we were going to be able to stay in the house we were in, right? We were scary broke. But what I knew is that I was getting started, and every single person that's on this line, if you're here on our team, your business partner is the top income earner here at Empower Network. Tony Rush, #1 income earner here. So your business partner is Tony Rush. Your business partner, John Lavinia, got started with Tony Rush. John Lavinia, who is another leader here on the Empower Network, on the Extreme team, is your business partner. Don and I are your business partners. We got started with John and Tony. So John and Tony. We pay Tony for some of our products. So we're all business partners here, and you've gotten started with some of the top income earners ever in the internet marketing industry. So leverage that. I wasn't afraid to say, hey, listen, I got started with, well, I'll just say what I said. When I got started, I think it was February or March of 2000, what is this, 13. So it was only just not even a year and a half ago. And Tony Rush had just made $140,000 the previous month. And I'm like, Tony did? You know, and I love him to death, but I'm like, man, he's the laziest person in the world. So all I did was, when I got started, since I didn't have a story here, right, I got started with this dude that I've known for 10 years that I've watched. Doesn't really work all that hard. I'm not saying that nobody has to work hard here, but holy crap, he just made $140,000. Very excited to be able to work with him and John Lavinia and some of the other big marketers that are here, right? Big people. So I leveraged, and you can too, leverage your non-story, right? I didn't have a story then, and I certainly wasn't going to go around going, I'm broke, right? So get started with me, right? I need it more. I wasn't going to do that. So what I was going to do was leverage my association with these other individuals. The second thing that you can do to build credibility online is really, actually, this is probably the most important thing you can do. I've said it, if I've said it once, I've said it a million times. People want to get started with people, real people. So make sure that you're being you. You're not going to want to be me, or you're not going to want to be John Lavinia or Tony Rush or any of the other marketers here. Elena Fraga, we'd be hard-pressed unless you have a Spanish accent to be Elena. Or Rhonda and Brian Swan. I mean, we all have our different stories, right? So people want to know your story. So it's important to leverage your personality and your experience and what you've gone through to get to this point in your life. That the ability to hone your ability to tell your story. And the third way is something that if you're brand new, it's going to be a little bit difficult right now, but as soon as you get to Orlando, which is 95 days from today, as soon as you get to Orlando, start grabbing testimonials. As Elena mentioned on the Wake Up to Success team call for our Extreme team last Wednesday, the very first event, she went up to David Wood and said, can I have a picture with you? She took her phone out and did a little selfie with David Wood, and then she put that everywhere. Well, she wasn't a top income earner at that point. As a matter of fact, Elena and I barely had made it. We were both brand new in the business, looking to make sure that this is where we wanted to be. So we flew to Chicago to look into Dave Wood's eyes. But just that association, right, of her being there standing with David Wood in her prospect's eyes, oh, maybe she's got something, right? So when you get to Orlando, make sure you grab pictures with us, make sure you grab testimonials, make sure that you have people saying great things about you, and then plaster that information all over the place. Okay, so what I'd like to do, and those are, let me see, did I leave anything out? Do I have a little notes here? I think I'm good. That credibility and then building that story, because you're the only one that has your story, right? So you get to build that public persona of yourself. If you do other things in private, just keep them in private, whatever it is. Remember this. What goes on the internet stays on the internet forever. So grab a pen and piece of paper, and I'm going to show you how to build out your social media so that you can dominate Google, YouTube, LinkedIn, so that when people are looking for you, they find the best version of you possible. And to do that, I'm going to share my screen so you guys can stop looking at me. Hold on. And Dawn, if you would, as usual, let me know that you can actually see my screen. I'm going to go to Google.
Yeah, I see your screen, and everybody could look at me. This is not a bad thing.
Okay, so hopefully I don't have a bad connection here, because it doesn't seem like Google's coming up. Hold on. There we go.
There you go.
All right, so here's what I'm talking about. I'm going to Google myself. And I realized that I have a pretty different name, right? My name isn't Nancy White or Joe Smith, right? But what I'm going to show you tonight is it doesn't matter what your name is, you'll be able to kick everybody else with your same name off of page 1 of Google. So if you look at this, Carla Silver, there's my website. And oh, by the way, I don't care if you're an internet marketer and you're in this business, you're not in this business, you should own your name.com. And if you can't get it exactly, like if your name is Don Silver, right? Don couldn't get his own name because there's a author out there that owns Don Silver. Don got donsilver.me. Sometimes people do the real Don Silver, for example, or Don Silver Palm Springs, which we would never do because we not necessarily going to stay in the same spot all the time. But I would recommend everybody own their own name.com. So back to the subject. Sorry, that was a little sidetrack there. You'll see my website. You'll see my LinkedIn, Facebook. Oh, by the way, guys, did you remember what I trained on last week about how to optimize your videos and stuff? Remember I optimized my I Hate Prospecting? There it is, right? Don and Silver, this is our blog. Don and Silver. Don and Carla Silver, this is our blog. This is another Savor the Success that's another website that I have stuff on. Oh, there's that video I optimized last week in our training, right, that I Hate Prospecting. It picked up on the Carla Silver name. Internet Marketer, this is my YouTube stuff, Twitter. We can go on to the next page, but I think you get my gist. So again, it doesn't matter if you are what you're in, multi-level marketing, network marketing, you're in Empower Network, you're looking for a job, I don't care what it is. You want to have the best search results possible. And I'll just give you another. I'll just go to Yahoo. Or no, let me go to Bing, I think it is. Carla Silver. They even have, this is what's cool over here, Bing even has all this stuff that they pick up. I think this is picked up off of LinkedIn. And they index my website. So doesn't that just look beautiful? So this is how you do it. It isn't really that tricky. I'm going to go through exactly how to do this so that you can do this for your name and you can look flippin' awesome online. And this builds your credibility because remember, I'm going to say it again. People get started with people they know, like, and trust. And the beautiful thing about the internet is people can get to know you, get to like you, and get to trust you 24/7. The sun does not set on your image online. And that cuts both ways, guys. I will totally be here. There's this, I'll totally be honest here. Here's this chick here that reported me to Scambook. She wanted a refund in the business, one of the businesses that I was in, which was not my ability to give her. But what she wrote about me still sits up here, right? She goes, oh, you know, Carla said it was going to be easy and I had to actually work and she wouldn't give me my money back. Well, I didn't have the ability to give her her money back. But remember, things just stay here, right? So you want to present the best foot forward. So I'm going to start on LinkedIn. And here's what you're going to want to do. Before you go to your profile on LinkedIn, you're going to want to think about 3 to 5 keywords that describe you. Sales professional, internet marketer, stay-at-home mom, professional bird watcher. I don't know what it is for you, right? Everybody is different. But remember, I think it was 3 weeks ago, we did a training here, Don and I, with Project Lifestyle. We did a training on how to find your perfect prospect, and we sent you off and gave you an exercise on how to describe and find and pinpoint your particular niche in the marketplace and your particular prospect. The same thing you should apply to yourself. Who are you? Right? You don't have to be an award-winning best-selling author, right? But I am, so I'm going to leverage that, right? You don't have to be anything fancy. So in my case, I picked the following keywords: award-winning best-selling author, internet marketer, entrepreneur, and lifestyle design expert. And simply, these are things that describe who I am, what I've done, and what I've achieved. So what your homework, if you haven't done this exercise before, your homework would be to sit down and think about 3 to 5 keywords. And they could be any length at all, right? This is 3-word keyword. This is a 1-word keyword. And I've had these same keywords up here for quite some time, probably about maybe a year or so. So if you go and search on entrepreneur, let's see if this works. I haven't done this. Entrepreneur. Why is this going so slowly? On LinkedIn, let's see what the search results are. Today would be good. LinkedIn. I might not be able to do this, guys. Hold on. My computer's slowing down. Oh dear. Well, I see if I could come back. Whoops. Okay, so something crashed. There we go. Okay, so I searched thank you. It crashed and it found itself again. So I come up first in search results for entrepreneur. That's very cool. So if somebody's searching for an entrepreneur to work with, there I am. Doesn't matter what your title is, you can do it too. I'm scrolling down the page to see if there's anybody else here that I happen to know. No. Okay. So there I am. Big deal, right? So what I've done here, and here's where you want to take some notes. The first thing you do, or number 1, the first thing you do is pick your 3 to 5 keywords. Then you're going to put them in your profile here at the top. You're going to copy them, and you're going to put them about 5 times all the way through your entire profile. So let me scroll down the page here. I'm going to do this slowly, and I'll show you where I put them in my profile. Award-winning best-selling author, entrepreneur, award-winning best-selling author, recognized expert in lifestyle design. There it is again. If you scroll down some more, whoops, here it is, award-winning best-selling author, internet marketer, and expert on lifestyle design. Here I can't, my computer's all funky. Here it is again. right? Also, here it is again. Now, you're going to want to make sure it doesn't look retarded, right? But these are in places where it matters and where it makes sense. You're going to want to make sure, guys, your LinkedIn profile is completely accurate. Don't just have nothing there. This needs to be worked on. If you don't have your whole profile, I peeked at a couple of you guys earlier today, and some of you that have been working jobs for many years don't have anything here, right? So people will look, especially professionals like me, are going to look and say, okay, what's their experience? What have they done, right? And of course, if you're looking for a job, this is where everybody's looking at you, right? They're also looking at you. Here it is again, entrepreneur, best-selling author. And I have it all the way through LinkedIn. All right, you say, great, I have my keywords. I've put them in 5 places in LinkedIn. Now what do I do? Well, guess what? You go over to Facebook, and I'm going to go to my profile, my page. And here's some advice regarding Facebook. If you love cats, that's great. But please do yourself a favor and do not put a million stupid videos on your page. You're going to want to be taken seriously. So if you notice on our page, I'm celebrating. Don and I just got an email from corporate that says we're in the top 1%. Yay! So I'm celebrating that. But I've got lifestyle stuff. Like last week, we went on our way home from Big Bear. We went to this honky tonk in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the desert. And you guys know. You all follow us on our Facebook page. So it's a mix of business and a mix of lifestyle, right? You're going to just remind yourself all the time that what goes on Facebook, it will stay on Facebook, and people find that stuff and they. Listen, if somebody doesn't like that we went to the Pioneer Town honky tonk and they unfriend me, big deal, right? Unfriend me, unsubscribe. If you're not going to move forward with us here and move forward with Project Lifestyle and all the great things that we're doing here, unsubscribe, right? And you guys that are worried about people unsubscribing from your list, I love it when people unsubscribe because those people aren't going to get started with us anyway, right? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to the About page of your website, and you'll edit your work in education. And if you notice here, guess what it says? It might be really small, but it says award-winning best-selling author, internet marketer, entrepreneur, lifestyle design expert. It says it in exactly the same spacing, capitalization, words, order of words that I had on LinkedIn. That tells Google and Bing and Yahoo and YouTube and everybody else when they're spidering your account, this must be the same person, right? This must be the same person. So I'm going to put those 2 search results together. And guess what? You'll go to YouTube too. Go to YouTube. This is my channel. You'll go to your channel on YouTube, which you guys should have all of these. LinkedIn. I'm going to talk about Google Plus in a second. Google Plus, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. And I'll say those again. LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Google Plus, and Twitter. So you go to your YouTube, you go to the About place, and you will notice that here I have the exact same thing. Whoops. It's exact same thing again. Carla Silver's award-winning best-selling author, internet marketer, entrepreneur, recognized expert in lifestyle design. Google Plus. Here's my Google Plus page. You go over here, profile. I got to fix that picture. It's pretty ugly. And it's not me. It's just a default picture. But in the About, guess what I have? Award-winning best-selling author, internet marketer, entrepreneur, lifestyle design expert. And also, I have the same thing with Twitter. If I go to my Twitter account, I forget where it is, settings, I think, edit profile. I don't use Twitter much, but Twitter, well, I do, but I don't, and I'll explain that in a second. here where it says my bio, award-winning, best-selling author, internet marketing, entrepreneur, lifestyle design expert. I guarantee you, if you do this exactly the way that I've demonstrated to you, in conjunction with all of the other training on optimizing your blog, optimizing your videos, your search results will look just as beautiful as mine. And I've seen many of the masters. Jill, I saw that you've done this for your search results. Jill did an excellent job. She's killing it as far as her search results for her name. So some of you might be saying, you know, why do Google Plus, right? Why is that something that is particularly interesting, right? Because, you know, Google's kind of failed as far as Google Plus is concerned. Well, here's why it's important. Everything that you post on Google Plus, for example, when you blog on your Empower Network blog, and then also put the post, join the post up onto Google Plus, it is your ability to rank for your keywords is way higher. Google loves Google Plus. They love YouTube, and we've demonstrated that over and over and over again. I got that video to show up on page 1 for I Hate Prospecting in 3 days, right? So this stuff, once you've done it, it's up there forever. And that's one of the reasons why I love Google Plus, because I can post. Actually, this is the one. This is the webinar that's running right now. This is the message, some message from Big Bear. I've got all kinds of stuff in here that come up when people Google various keywords, etc. And then what I was going to mention also about Twitter, when I said I don't use it much, that's actually not true. Because every time, and I'm going to go back to the Hangout if I can figure out how to do that. Where's the Hangout? Where is the Hangout? On my desktop. Let's see where you are. There we are.
Yeah.
Okay, so every time, let me see, it's got to sort itself out here. Okay, every single time I do anything, and you guys know this, we talked about how to syndicate your videos last week. By the way, guys, if you missed any of this training, you can find it not only on our blog, donandcarla.com, but you can find it in my YouTube channel as well, and all you have to do is Google me, and you'll find my YouTube channel. So anytime I do any kind of content, don't fail to recognize how powerful the Empower Network blog is. As a reminder, guys, some of you forget, you know, we've been around for a while, and you get so focused on learning all the ways to drive traffic into your funnel so that sales come out the other end. But your blog is where people are going to look and they're going to get to know you, right? Oh, man, she's interested in the south of France, me too. Or she's, loves to travel, or he likes planting tomatoes. I don't know, Shih Tzu dogs. I don't know what it is, right? This is a way for you to demonstrate everybody should have a blog, right? And we all know that here in Empower Network because it works so well for us, but most people just don't understand that to have a place online where you can be you and people can get to know you 24/7 is so invaluable. So don't forget that your blog is there, and as we all know, Google loves the Empower Network blog, right? It is one of the top websites that are ever visited in the world, right? So use your blog. Once you've blogged, then put it on Facebook, put it on Twitter, put it on Google, put it on Google Plus, put it on YouTube, put it up, syndicate it to all those different venues, and then again, that'll allow you to look beautiful and build your credibility online. Anytime I do anything, I'll make a little tweet, right? There's really easy ways to Twitter from to tweet from your blog, right? You just press a button, you write the little 140 word thing, and it links back to your blog from your Twitter account. But that's pretty much all I use Twitter for. I use it to syndicate my content from my blog. I also use it to I turn lots of my blogs into articles and submit them to article sites. I also send them off to websites that we're affiliated with, like selfgrowth.com, etc. So just be creative. Listen, every single time you develop any kind of content, whether it's a blog or an email or a video or whatever, make sure you're distributing it everywhere you possibly can. And I will tell you guys, I'm dropping all my other advertising, all of our other advertising, other than the Facebook stuff that we taught you a couple weeks ago, and video. The beautiful thing about video is that once you've done it, it stays up there and it's free or close to free, and it stays up there generating leads forever. So, guys, if there are any questions, make sure you put I forgot to say that, because remember, I'm talking a minute before you hear me. So if there are any questions, if you would put them in the
chat box where they've been doing, because I typed my little chat message saying, ask your questions here.
Thanks,
the proactive thing that I am. Listen, we do have a question from Dana, because she says, as a stay-at-home mom for 20 years, she does not have a resume. And I would very generously beg to differ with you, because you have been in so many different opportunities. What you really want to do is you want to put all of those opportunities down there so that the people who used to be in them can connect with you and join you here in Empower Network. Right? Use that. Work that.
Whether or not you've been in opportunities or not, it's really important just say that. I've been a stay-at-home mom, and I've raised can't remember, I'm sorry, 4 kids, I think. 4 kids. I've supported them through, whatever. If you donated your time to the PTA, I mean, there's all kinds of things that you want to put in there. If you don't have a long professional experience, like I have, like this long, really 20-year boring. Well, it was kind of fun while I was doing it, but I sacrificed my entire life for my career. So I have that. If you don't have that, just make sure that whatever's there is something that is you, right? And realize that that page is a sales page. Facebook is your sales page. YouTube is your sales page. Google Plus is your sales page. Right? So that's LinkedIn is the reason why I started with LinkedIn is that for some reason Google loves LinkedIn, Bing loves LinkedIn, Yahoo loves LinkedIn. So it gives if they can associate your name with a LinkedIn profile, they'll pull that in very quickly. Same with Facebook, but for some reason LinkedIn has a little bit more weight right now with the search engines.
And you definitely want to list all the things that other people who have your same background, I'm trying to choose my words carefully here, can feel connected to you, so that they can say, oh, there's somebody just like me, and identify with you, so that, yes, definitely all those things, more private things that you may want to share. Some of that stuff, if it's too personal, too painful, I would be careful. But
I'll give you an example. Chris Record, who is one of the top income earners here as well, he has an autistic son. And so he's decided to share his journey on his blog. I mean, not all the time. He doesn't, he's very, very famous internet marketer, period, right? He's made gazillions of dollars doing other things as well and selling his own products, but he shares his journey with his son. We have people on the team that have shared their journey with weight loss. We have people on our team that have, everybody has a story, right? So you've got your unique, beautiful story and your passion and why you are here. And we talk a lot about sharing your vision. Our vision is for everybody to be able to design whatever kind of life that they want, and then we want to be able to give them the tools to get from here to wherever that is, because we've done it. We sat down one day and said, this is not the life that we want to live. What are we going to do? Right? How are we going to create that? What does our life want? What do we want our life to look like? Where do we want to live? Well, at that point in our lives, we didn't want to live anywhere, right? We just wanted to live. We wanted to keep moving. We wanted to travel and live our lives. So we know that our passion is to be able to help others do the exact same thing. Whether or not you want to live all over the world doesn't matter. This to give you guys the tools to get there. So what is your passion, right? Okay, so another question here.
Kim mentioned a good thing. You know, if you like the outdoors or some activity, or you have a hobby that other people would engage in, that's another way to connect with people, or for people to connect with you. Is really the way you want to look at it, so that they can say, wow, you do the same thing that I do and you have a business? Okay, how can I have that so I can do all the same things? And that's how it works.
And Kim, I happen to know you have like a gazillion things that you do, which would make you, I mean, you give your time away and you coach and you have a million things that you do. So I know that you can leverage those talents to all over the internet. Anybody else have any other questions? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll meet next week at this time. A couple of things. First of all, don't miss the Empower Hour. That is in 20 minutes. The number is 209-255-1040. That's 209-255-1040. That is the Empower Hour in a million half. I don't know how long it's going to go on tonight. Empower Hour, hopefully an hour. And we'll see you tomorrow morning on the Wake Up to Success call with the Extreme team at 11 a.m. Very excited about that. I have no idea what's going to come out of my mouth tomorrow morning. And if you have any questions, send us an email or Skype us. Actually, Skype us. That's the best way. And just to make one last call, any questions here? Hey, Derek. Okay. I think that's it. You guys go, and remember, be awesome. Have a great night, everyone.